Welcome into another episode from the Critics Collective. I'm Ron. I'm here with Iris, and today we are talking Stranger Things. I know it had another title in a conversation in New York, but here we are, Stranger Things, and with the fact that season five is upon us. Everybody is, for the most part, rewatching it. You're able to look at the calendar and know that if you watch these many episodes on this time thing, you'll be perfect for the release that is coming up at the end of November. Then you get some more episodes in Christmas and then more in the New Year's as they go ahead and end this show. And it's bittersweet. So we're going to go ahead and review it. We'll give you our highs and we'll give you the lows. And then after that, we're going to rate it. Now, before we do that, I just want to say, if you've never watched it, and it happens, we won't spoil anything for you. The storyline takes place in the 1980s in Indiana. A group of young friends witnesses supernatural forces and secret government exploits. As they search for answers, the children unravel a series of extraordinary events and mysteries. With that being said, Iris, what are your highs and lows on Stranger Things?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have very many lows. I know people like to think critically and really like focus on the little things and nitpick, but when I first saw the season, the very first season, I hadn't even heard of it. I randomly just selected it on Netflix and was like, fuck it, I'll just watch whatever this is. It's sci-fi. I love sci-fi. So, and I was hooked from the very first episode. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know they're introducing characters. Some people are like, it was a little slow moving in this first season because, it's just kind of, getting started, giving us our characters, giving us backstory, showing us all the connections and things like that. But I enjoyed it from the first episode to the last episode of that first season. I was hooked and I was so excited to see, oh, there's more seasons to come, that this was renewed. Um, and every time a new season has come out for this show, I've watched them all episodes on the very very first day. So when I first saw season one, I watched it completely from the very first day. I loved the characters. I loved Winona. I hadn't seen her in anything in a
Mm-hmm.
really long time. So she was like, bitches, I'm back. Okay. And I ain't stealing shit this time. you know so I was like, yay, Winona. So I mean, other than, certain characters that we lose within the first series, that upsets me. One in particular, if you haven't seen it, you'll know who she is. Um, that broke my heart. It did. It broke my heart. But I mean, even from the setting, like just how they differentiate between, the regular world and the upside down and how dark and twisted it look and the details of the creatures and everything like that. I loved it. I enjoyed the first season very, very much.
Okay, so for me, this show started out in 2026, and I'm just gonna straight up say I won't say I'm a super fan, but I am a big fan of Stranger Things to the point I live in Georgia.
You mean
I have
2016?
been to almost every site from the movie. So whether the alley fight, whether the Hawkins school, all of it, I've taken my family, my wife, and my kids. We've allegedly been in places that could be deemed as trespassing, and we've been in there. We've got the pictures. We actually have some prop stuff that I have in my
Mm,
office. You can't see it here, but I have like a name badge for it. That point blank, I'm all in on Stranger Things. I saw the trailer. It was one of those, I don't watch trailers. The trailer popped up on Netflix, and I was like, I'm not I'll watch a trailer if I'm not going to watch a movie, period. I started
mhm.
watching it and it just hit me. It had this 80s feel. It had this throwback. I was thinking ET and
Yeah.
Goonies and first encounter, like aliens, like there was just a certain thing. And I turned it off, I think within the first like 15 seconds. Said, no, I don't want to fuck this up for me. I want to undress you when I get home. Just save it. We not gonna mess around in the car. And that's illegal. We're gonna get home and the kids are sleeping, whatever. So my lows for this that don't make any sense. My lows for this is it's the setup. Like Iris said, this sets up the show. and you're hoping that they execute it so you get more episodes. And in this timeline, it does work out, but it is a bunch of setups that they're doing, unfortunately. So give or take your pacing. Um, it's too long of a wait for season two. It just that's what it is. I felt like we could have kept cranking this shit out every 6 months. I wanted to see these grow up. The reason why I said that is if you check on social media now, you're watching families grow up. You're watching kids who dressed as the original cast and how much older they're now. They were babies and now they're in middle school. And you're watching the original cast grow up. So it just I wish we would have got more of them. A spinoff. How did we not get some type of smaller spinoff movie of a different brand of characters that would do some things different? A AAA game. Yes, there was little small games that were throwbacks to the 8-bit, 16-bit games, but I wanted a legit big video game where I could roll around in this world with these characters. Now let's talk about the good stuff. The 80s vibe. I talked about Fear Street. Fear Street was a horror movie that Netflix did, and they took decades as their setting. And I felt like they failed, especially in the 80s and 90s. It did not have that look. Oh my gosh, this had the look. It made me want to be young again. The boxes of the cereal, the Coke and Pepsi cans, the pizza boxes, it just felt fucking nostalgic. The Easter eggs that they put in for the movies from Terminator to Goonies, every season kept giving you in a certain episode, Hopper picks up his hat. When he picks it up, it's a nod to Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. There's just so many fucking Easter eggs in this. How people say phrases, it's a delightful thing. The casting, watching the kids that they picked in the auditions when you go back to find the magic in having these characters that you can probably never get anybody else to play. I know we talked about, if you check the review that we did for Back to the Future, that Michael J. Fox wasn't the original. He came on later on.
Mhm.
And you can go see who that original person was. But it happens in Hollywood, it happens in music. But to get these kids and these young adults and adults in general, I thought was magical. The acting, the story, again with the lore, um, and and the importance of death. We're not going to spoil anything, but it's very important for shows, in my opinion, to make death a real thing and make it important because it drives the narrative, it drives the story, and adds to the connection. Um, and that's just what it is. And do it in a meaningful way where you feel sentimental, even though you just met the person. So, with that being said, let's rate it. We rate things here from a 0 to a 5. 5 being excellent, 0 being the upside down. All right. Um, I can almost guarantee you I can guarantee you're probably not going to get a 0, a 1, or a 2 from me and Iris. Put in the
Mm-mm.
comments what you would put. I'm just saying that's the chance that that's not going to happen. But what I will say, I didn't say at the top of the show, hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. We would love to have you as part of the Critics Collective. You might see some links in the description. If you click those or do some things with those, we appreciate your support as always. Iris, what are you rating Stranger Things season one?
Oh, of course, for me, it was excellent. This is a 5.
All right. I'm not gonna hold it to it's a 5 as well. It's a 5. Again, the lore and the story, there's some things that go between real life. Again, I've been to damn near every site from multiple seasons all over Georgia. Um, and some of the buildings, like the Hawkins lab, is shut down because some shit popped off back in the day.
Mm.
And it looks just as creepy as in person as it did before. So we're not saying go condone in trespassing. I'm just saying, but it is something cool and magical about checking out the sites. Um, yeah, that's it. That's an easy review. That's an easy
Okay.
bucket. Go check out
Yep.
Stranger Things, the Critics Collective. We can guarantee it. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world, and you chose to be here with Iris and Ron, and for that, we appreciate it. Until next time.